Hey guys, it's Liz and I'm back again with another video. And before I even jump into the video, I am just so excited to be filming today because I am filming with my very own Canon EOS T5 camera. Canon EOS Rebel T5 camera. There we go. Either way, it's my very own. It's a DSLR. I feel like blessed more than anything because this was something that I didn't imagine myself being able to get until very far into the future, but just as God would have it, I was able to find the camera on sale from canon.com. And yeah, I'm just so excited, guys. Like, now I get to film whatever I want, wherever I want. I don't have to borrow no cameras from the school. I don't have to borrow cameras from people. I don't have to do anything like that. I can just, get up and film if I want to film. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited and so blessed. And you guys will definitely be seeing more videos from me because whenever I have the urge to film, I can just go ahead and film. So you'll see more videos from me, and obviously good quality videos. I really wanted to not compromise on quality when buying my own camera. So yeah. So there's that. So today I am filming a Storytime video. Oh my god. So Storytime videos have been like blowing up YouTube since really this summer. My sister and I just watch Storytime videos all the time. We find them so entertaining because they're so funny. A lot of times these stories can be like out of this world, crazy, bizarre. We love watching them. And yeah, so I just decided that I should go ahead and film my own. So yeah, here I am going ahead and filming it. Let me just go ahead and start this story. So, y'all, I just like thinking about it, I just get so emotional all over again. But let's take it back to high school. I don't know if y'all know, but I am a junior now in college, so we're taking it back about a good 3 years. 3 years or so. So I'm a junior in college. I'm taking it back to senior year of high school. So either way, this is senior year. We are about a week away from prom. It's so exciting. You can just feel the excitement in the air. It's a week before prom, so like everybody is just so excited. We're just like really, really pumped, waiting for this day. And our prom was Saturday, and this was a Monday. Now, if you are from Texas, then you know that we have like a state exam, and it's called tax. At least at the time, that was what it was called. So being seniors, we didn't have to take tax. We got to be exempt, and we got to sit in like the gym or whatever, the auditorium, just like seniors. And it was really chill because it was really cool because we didn't have to do anything, and it just felt so mature. And like if you had a car, you got to drive in later than our usual start time, which is like 7:30. So yeah, it was really all just a great time. And we were all in the gym, and I think this was a Tuesday. It probably was a Monday. Probably. Anyway, so yeah, so it was a Monday, and we're in the gym, we're cooling, we're bowling, we're hanging out, and we're all talking. And I just got my Samsung Galaxy S3, and I had it for probably about 2 weeks by that point. Maybe less, maybe a week. And I was very, very excited because I really wanted it specifically for prom. Because, like being at prom, you really want to take good quality photos. And at the time, before my Samsung Galaxy S3, I had a Behold. So that phone, the pictures would not come out popping. So I needed something that would give me good quality pictures for prom. So my parents hooked it up, and we got Samsung Galaxy S3s. So, I'm in school, enjoying myself, enjoying my new phone, enjoying the company of my friends. And I am chit-chatting with them on the bleachers. We're in the gym and we're on the bleachers. Now, I have to tell you a little bit of background story. So there's this one girl in my school, and we're just going to call her Kayla for the sake of this video. If I had any enemy, like Law and Order SVU, when they're like, oh, do you have any enemies? She would have been my enemy. We did not like each other. I guess it started like, I think it was sophomore year. We had advisory. This is like our home room, and we always go like, I think like on the first day of school and the last day of school. And we were all there. This is the first day of school, and our advisory teacher is supposed to be giving us our schedules. Now, our advisory teacher, he was Asian. I specifically think he was from China, and he had a really, really thick accent. I'm like okay with accents, coming from having foreign parents, you're used to it. But this girl was not having it, and she was, I don't understand like why she was being so rude and so mean, but she was just like, every time he would talk, she would ask him to repeat himself in the most obnoxious ways, and you could tell like he was getting frustrated. And when it came down to like passing out our schedules, she was getting really, really impatient. She's like, when are you gonna pass it out? When are you gonna pass it out? He was like, you know, we have to wait for, you know, the principal to tell us, you know, if we're allowed to or not, something like that. Either way, me being good Samaritan Elizabeth, I was like, hey, Kayla, you know, like, just chill, like, he's trying his best, like, something like gentle, not even that serious. This girl lashed out at me. Before you know it, we were like this close to a physical altercation, but y'all know me, I'm really not about that life. I wasn't even about to hit her. I mean, I don't know, at the time I was just as angry, like I could have hit her, but I made sure to like keep calm, because I knew that if I hit her and if we ended up in a physical fight, I would get suspended just as she would get suspended, and no, that's not a good look. I was in the medical science academy, so even getting detention was like a no-no. So there's that. After that day, she never liked me, and I never liked her, and my friends never liked her either, and her friends never liked me. So this was sophomore year. By senior year, like, we had all moved on. Like, it was just a thing that happened in the past. I mean, it wasn't like she was really my friend, so it was just like, you know, just whatever. So now we're in the bleachers, I'm chatting with my friends, and I'm turned around. This girl, Kayla, is sitting in front of me. Like, you know how bleachers are. So she's sitting in front of me, I'm sitting on this bleacher, and then I'm turning around to talk to my friends behind me. And my phone is on my right side. Anyway, so I turn around to talk to my friends for like a good 10 minutes or so. I want to say like 10 minutes, nothing more than 10 minutes. And I'm talking, and by the time I turn around, we're ready to get dismissed. As I'm packing up, I'm checking to see where my cell phone is, and I can't find it. Now, I know that I had it on my right side, so it was like, where the heck is this phone? So I'm just searching. By that point, they're already dismissing. I'm like, no, we can't have everybody leaving now that my phone is gone. I'm asking everybody around me, like, have you seen my phone? Have you seen my phone? And, you know, like, they were just like, I mean, I saw that you had it, but I hadn't seen it in the last, like, 15 minutes or so or whatever. So I'm like, okay, surely this phone fell down the bleachers. So I'm running down the bleachers, going underneath the bleachers to look for this phone. I cannot find it. Before I go, you know, Kayla and her friends are in front of me. Before I, like, give up, basically, I'm just like, hey, have you guys seen my phone? I just had it. And she and her friends were like, no, we haven't seen it at all. And I was like, okay, well, and she was just like, okay, I'll help you find it. So she's looking around, asking people, and by the point, like, majority of the people that were in that gym were already gone. So I was like, you know what, just forget it. And she said, you know, I'll keep an eye out for it. If anybody sees it, I'll let you know. Just something vague like that. I mean, not like we had each other's contact number or anything like that, but I was just like, whatever, that's courteous. So I left to my class period, of course, hysterical, because my parents at the time were out of the country. So, like, imagine, like, you don't have your phone, you lost your phone, your parents are having to hear this, like, it just was terrible. No, actually, sorry, I crossed all that out. My mom was coming back that day. So just imagine, like, her coming back from, like, a good month out of the country, and I'm over here telling her that I got my phone stolen. No, like, that was just, oh my god. So I was just upset just based on the fact that I got my phone stolen, and then I was also upset because I knew that my mom was gonna be upset, my dad was gonna be upset. It was just all a hot mess. So I was just hysterical. I ended up going back home just like so sad, and I didn't tell my mom yet. Actually, no. Sorry, y'all. This happened a while ago, so I'm just trying to remember all this stuff. My mom was coming back the next day. So at this time, I was still sleeping over at my neighbor's house. And I just remember, like, thinking I'm going to have to tell her. So, yeah. So, either way, I go back home. I'm devastated. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and call this Kayla girl. Let me see if maybe, like, she found the phone. And I didn't have Kayla's number. And the way it was in my school, like, we have the Medical Science Academy, and we're, like, a group of probably about 150, I want to say, and literally that 150 students, we are only hanging out with that 150 students. Like, we don't even know anybody else on the other side of school. Like, we don't know anyone. So it was just like, the idea of me even trying to find her cell phone number was almost impossible. But as God would have it, I called one number and called another number and called another number, and before you know it, I had this girl's phone number. That's besides the point. Either way, I got her phone number, I called her, and I was like, okay, hey girl, you know, have you found it? You know, and she was just like, oh no, not yet, but, you know, I'm still looking, I'll let you know. And this was like in the afternoon. Sorry, I am so parched. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so she was like, oh no girl, I haven't seen it yet, I'll let you know. So I was like, okay. That was probably around the afternoon. By the evening, she texts me and she's like, hey girl, we just found, like, this girl has your phone. And I immediately called her, you know, and then I was like, oh, you know, who has it? And it was supposedly like a girl that I didn't know. And I was like, okay, well, how can I get it back? And she's like, well, the girl really, she's saying that she wants $50 to get it back. I was like, hold up, wait, pause. You want me to pay you for my phone? Like, that just had me so effed up. I was like, how does that even make sense? Like, I'm not gonna pay you for my phone. You give me back my phone. Like, you stole it from me. So I was like, you know what? Well, obviously I was like, well, this girl has to be a student at our school for her to have my phone. So I was like, okay, well, the next day just bring her over and maybe I can like talk to her about getting my phone back. So she's like, okay, cool. I'll, you know, like meet up with you tomorrow and like we can talk about whatever, you know, this is, or we can talk about it, about getting back your phone. So the next day comes and I'm feeling like, you know, a bit optimistic because I was like, okay, at least like this girl has my phone, right? And Kayla said it was a girl named Bianca, right? And I was like, okay, at least Bianca has my phone. We'll figure it out, but at least we know where it is. So the next day comes, and the way it is during this whole exemption period for the tax thing, you cannot skip school. You cannot be absent at all. I think like the consequence was if you were absent, you would have to take the exam, or you would have to, or you get detention, or some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of like real threat. You didn't want to even mess with that. So I'm like waiting for Kayla, and I found Kayla, and now we're waiting for Bianca, and I'm sitting like maybe 2 rows behind Kayla, so I'm like keeping an eye out for like this Bianca girl to like show up. And I'm sitting there waiting with my friends, and you know, like I think we were watching a movie that day or something in the auditorium, but either way, I can't even pay attention to the movie. I'm just waiting for this girl to show up. I'm like, where is Bianca? And then like our exemption period ended, and I was like, okay, did Bianca like never show up? And she's like, oh, Kayla said, oh yeah, Bianca, I don't know, like she just never came. And I was like, well, did you text her? She's like, yeah, I texted her, but she didn't respond. Excuse me, something like that. And I was like, okay, like who skips like on this kind of day? So I was like, that's just so annoying. So I get home and I'm just like, okay, so this Bianca girl doesn't even want to show up to school. Like my phone is just somewhere, I don't even know, like I need my phone back. So by this day, my mom has already gone back home. And I already told her that I got my phone stolen and all that stuff. Of course, she was really upset with me because she was like, you know, I was really upset because like we hadn't even made like one payment towards the phone. So it was like, this phone is completely brand new. And then on top of that, even if I wanted to get it replaced from T-Mobile, you would have to pay a deductible, and that was just money that she didn't want to spend. So she was just so upset with me. And when I got home after the whole Bianca stuff, I decided to call Kayla again. I was like, did you ever get in touch with Bianca? And she said, oh yeah, I did, but she sold the phone. She sold the phone. I was like, wait, what do you mean she sold the phone? And she's like, oh, well, I mean, like, she didn't really sell it, but like she already is giving it to somebody. Like it's already like the process has started. Somebody's paying for the phone. I was like, wait. Give me Bianca's phone number right now. Like I need to talk to Bianca. Then she said, oh, well, Bianca doesn't have a phone. I was like, what kind of teenager doesn't have a phone in 2013 at the time? And I was like, then that doesn't make any sense. I was like, okay, well, is there any number that you're obviously contacting Bianca, so like how are you contacting her? She's like, oh yeah, she's using her mom's phone. So I was like, okay, well, can I talk to her mom, or can I call her mom? Call her through her mom's phone? And she was like, her mom doesn't really like giving her number out. So I was like, okay, well then can you please talk to Bianca's mom, or talk to somebody? Like you need to do it, because I'm not about to have this girl like sell my phone right from under me. So then she's like, okay, hold on one second. This girl like puts me on hold for probably 20 seconds, like 20. It's not even enough to dial the phone number, have a conversation, click back to me. Like, it was impossible amount of time. She comes back to me after this 20-second conversation, and she's like, oh yeah, Bianca's mom said she doesn't want to be involved in this, and that she doesn't want to be involved in like Bianca's like childish like games, something like that, something along those lines. Like, she wants to stay out of it, and she wants Bianca to just drop it. And even Kayla at that point had the audacity to tell me, she was like, oh, I really think that you should probably just like drop it at this point. I mean, like, the phone is gone, like, you know, like, there's really nothing that you can do at this point. I was like, how are you going to tell me to give up on my phone? Like, no. I was just so appalled. Like, who says that? Anyways, so I hang up with Kayla, completely just confused at this point. And I talked to my mom, and I was just like, you know what? I think it'd probably be best for me to just go ahead and just get my phone replaced. Like, please, Mom, like, I really don't think I'm gonna be able to get this phone back. Like, can we just like work on getting it replaced? My mom looked at me like, are you okay? Like, I mean, I don't understand where I even got that boldness to even tell her something like that. But she was like, you better just go upstairs and pray that you find that phone. Like, you need to go on your knees, go upstairs and pray that God brings that phone back to you, because I'm not paying anything. So I was like, okay. So I literally went upstairs and I prayed. I was like, God, like, you know where my phone is. You know exactly who has my phone. And, you know, like, I believe that God honors those who love him and those who have a, you know, good heart towards him, you know? And I felt like in that situation, I had absolutely nothing to do with it. It was something that was just taken from me. It was very invasive more than anything. Like, having something stolen from you is just such an invasive feeling. It's like, wow, like, you went into my territory and took my things. Whether it's a cell phone, a makeup bag, a car, like, it's just... don't steal. Like, that's just one thing I just don't understand. Like, don't steal from people. I don't get it. So, you know, I was like, God, please, like, help me find this phone. As I'm praying, I literally feel like God audibly, like, just told me everything. He just opened up my eyes. And, you know, in retrospect, it's like, oh, Elizabeth, like, the whole thing is obvious. Like, how did you not? But at the time, like, I was just so, like, dazed and just confused. I didn't realize what was actually happening. But I felt like God was like, little girl, look up right now. You need to realize that there is no Bianca. Little Kayla made up Bianca. Kayla has your phone. First of all, the fact that she even offered to help you find it, that should have been red flag number one. So all of a sudden, like, things were just making sense, and I was like, there is no Bianca. This is a made up person. So I was like, no. Now that I see what I see, bet, just wait on it. So by Tuesday, I had already filed like a little like stolen missing item thing with our school police department, and they never got back to me because supposedly they were really busy doing stuff. I remember every time I walked into the office to like get them to like let me know like what the process is, like what do I need to do, they would always tell me, oh, we're busy doing some sort of thing with the school right now. So I was like, okay, well, you know, like, the time is ticking. I knew y'all are just over here bullying. You need to help me find my phone. I don't know what kind of investigation y'all are doing on the side. You need to help me, you know, like, time is ticking. So this was Tuesday. The time that I finally realized what was going on was Thursday. So this is Friday, back at school, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna walk into that police department, that office, and I'm gonna get them to help me like figure stuff out and, you know, pursue this, because I feel like I know exactly who took the phone. And I knew that if I didn't do it that Friday, and Saturday was prom, by the way, if I didn't do it that Friday, then that phone is gone. By Monday, forget it, that phone's gone. So I knew whatever I needed to do needed to be done on Friday. So I got there and they were like, oh, Elizabeth, you're back. Oh, you know, I was just like, I know what you can tell me. You're going to tell me to wait or whatever, you know, come back later. I'm about to sit here, right here, and wait. And the good part is that, again, it was the whole exemption thing, so I didn't even have to be in class. So I literally sat in the office for a cool 30 minutes waiting for those people to come back to me and get back to me. So as I was sitting there just waiting, there were these two guys that were in the office as well. And these guys, like, I don't know, like, we're all in high school, but you know, there's some people that are in high school that really don't look like they're in high school. These guys look kind of just rough, you know, and I'm over here like 5'2", 5'1.5" on bad days, and I just felt like these guys look like just hoodlums, to say the least. Like, they just look so intimidating. But I just couldn't help but like want to talk to them. I was just like, guys, hey, I have a question. Like, you know, like if someone was to steal your phone, like how quickly do you think they would sell it? And they're like, oh yeah, probably within 1 to 2 days, you know, give or take. And I was like, oh, you know, and I already knew the answer, but you know, I just wanted to hear it again from somebody else. And they're just like, oh, well, did somebody steal your phone? And I was like, yeah. And I was just like, yeah, I think Kayla stole it. Now, Kayla is kind of popular, so in a way I was kind of like, this is not a surprise. Like, the reaction wasn't a surprise, but literally these guys looked at each other and just like, Kayla stole your phone? And then I was just like, yeah. I told them the whole entire story about this whole Bianca fictional character, just even the beginning, how she even asked her, even like offered to help me find my phone and all that stuff. And they were just like, nah, like, we know Kayla. In fact, they called her, what's the word, conniving. They called her conniving. A whole conniving. Okay, so that was the kind of girl that I was dealing with. Her own people called her conniving. So they're just like, yeah, if anybody stole your phone in this situation, she's involved. It was definitely her. So I was like, okay, so then we're making progress here. So again, like, I'm sitting in the police department, they're not really responding to me. So he's just like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and help you find your phone, because, you know, like, you just seem like a nice person. I can tell that, you know, you seem like you love God. Like, you seem like you deserve to have your phone back. So let me just go ahead and help you out and help you find this phone. So I was like, okay, that's so nice of you, young kind man. So so he comes up with this whole plan. He's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna text her with my number, because basically if you text her, she's gonna know it's you. And well, obviously. So he's like, I'm gonna text her with my number. I'm gonna ask her if she's selling a Galaxy S3. I'm gonna offer her some money. We're gonna meet up. We're gonna arrange to meet somewhere, and I'm gonna get your phone back. I'm gonna say that you were my cousin or something like that, and it'll just all work out. So so I was like, okay, that sounds like a really good plan. I mean, I feel like, what's to lose at this point? Again, it's Friday. I just want my phone back. So I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. So he texts her, and he was just like, hey, you know, I heard that you're selling an S3. And she's like, oh, yeah, I am. But who told you? And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, just don't worry about it. Either way, like, how much are you selling it for? I'll pay you like 300. And she's like, okay, yeah, 300 works. Like, this girl was literally just like arranging a transaction. She wasn't really thinking about like who this guy could be, how this guy knows about it. She really wasn't. I mean, she was concerned, because she did end up asking again, like, how, like, really, truly, how did you find out that I was selling this phone? But at the same time, I mean, the way money was just calling her, she didn't really think about who it could be. So yeah, so this girl was just like, you can give me 300 for it, and we can meet in the parking lot at school. So like, what in the world? Like, y'all are gonna meet? Like, how's this gonna work? Is she gonna give you the phone if she sees that it's you? Like, I don't know. Like, I was just concerned. Finally, the police guy, the main guy from our school, the policeman, the main policeman, I guess, came into the office. He was like, oh, you know, like, I'm ready to work with you now. And I told them, I was like, oh, we already basically kind of caught her. Like, I feel like she really does have the phone. And we explained like the whole story and everything, what we did. And he was like, okay, you know what, yeah, we'll just take it from here, because we don't want you guys, you know, getting into any kind of like altercations that you don't have to be in. So they basically just took the wheel from there. And turns out that policeman knew Kayla's mom personally. He literally called Kayla's mom, who's like, Miss so-and-so and so. Kayla has a girl's phone. She stole it on probably about Monday. I'm going to need Kayla to come into the school at exactly 9 o'clock, returning this phone to this girl. Otherwise, she will be charged. You just hear Kayla's mom over the phone. She's like, I'm not about to be charged for nothing because you want to act like a child. You want to be childish. No, you better go ahead and return that phone. You can just hear all of that on the phone. So yeah, she ended up driving herself up to the school. She handed me the phone back. Like whenever I think about it, like, that's just so embarrassing. You sat there and you said that you didn't have this phone, that Bianca had this phone, and you came up with this whole intricate story, elaborate story, my bad, and you wanted, and then now you're giving me back the phone that you stole. Like, that's just so crazy to me. That's just so crazy. And I couldn't even say anything to her. From that point on, like, every time I would see her in the hallway, I would just stare at her. I wouldn't say anything. I would just make sure to make eye contact with her, just to let her know that I know what you did and I'm embarrassed for you. So, and even when I would catch eyes with her, make eye contact with her, she would just try to look away so quick. Like, it's just so embarrassing. It's so sad. And I feel bad for her, you know, and just in retrospect, I realized that this girl probably has a lot more problems than any of us could ever know, because I just don't understand how you can steal from somebody, and then not only did you steal, and then the least you could do is steal, but remain on the low, you know, like, don't talk about it, just, you know, dip somewhere, don't even talk to the person you stole it from, you know. But this girl just kept in contact with me, like, literally from Monday to Friday. We were always texting. She was always calling me, like, giving me updates. I truly believe that the Lord just would not let her go. Like, he was just like, you're doing stupid things right now. You can't explain why you're doing the stupid things. Because, again, like I said, any person that has sense would know that you shouldn't maintain contact with somebody that you stole from, at least, you know. So I feel like the Lord was just like, you know, you are going to be doing some stupid things right now, but I'm going to make sure that this girl gets her phone back. If it means making you look like a fool to get it back, then that's what's going to happen. And I'm just so grateful, because it just really shows God's faithfulness. Like, he cares about everything, whether it's like, you know, your grades, your family, your finances, your missing phone. He cares about absolutely everything. So he definitely showed himself. Like, I think it's just divine connections as well, with that guy helping me out, helping me find it. Even at the end of the whole thing, he was like, you know, I used to steal all the time from people, and he was like, yeah, I really don't want to do that anymore now that I realize how the other person may feel. And I was just like, you know, well, obviously, one, but even if he didn't realize that, I'm glad that at least this situation was able to, he was able to really understand that it really just isn't right stealing from people. Yeah, so that is the whole entire story. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, please subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.